I thought so. Holly, have you ever been a treasurer before?
No, actually, I just said that I had tried to. I've joined the PTA before, but I wasn't like really active. Like I would just come and do stuff like when they needed something, but and then
Wonderful.
it was like, well, we have a treasurer or a vice president. I was like, either or, I don't care. I'll try to do my best.
Do you have any experience in finance or anything like that, or are you just good at balancing your own checkbook? Or
Correct. Which I'm
we
not really sure why. I guess y'all can help me with that. So I was trying to understand. So when we buy stuff, like we were trying to like get things together to buy stuff, and I'm sorry, yeah, my children.
I don't
But
hear it.
oh, you
I
don't?
don't hear
Oh,
it, but I do. I was wondering if
good.
y'all could hear the dog that's crying outside the door to come in.
But we was starting to buy stuff, and I just wasn't sure like when do you act like should we have been buying stuff like before school started, or like when does the buying actually take place to get started? Because
At
I wasn't
at Magnet.
aware. Like I thought everybody had to come together first, see how much money we have in a pot, and then start distributing. You know what I mean?
So you should in your budget, you should have a line item for startup funds. Um, Whether it's $5 or $5,000, you should have a line item there.
Who's that
And that
talking?
was that
Who's that talking?
Ashley.
Oh, she's frozen. Oh,
Am I frozen?
I'm sorry, Ashley. Go ahead, keep going.
Sorry. um, but anyway, so you should have a line item that says startup funds, and that's the amount of money you can spend before the budget's approved. So if you need to pay your insurance, if you need to do the Secretary of State, if you need to do things like that, if you know that y'all are going to have a teacher breakfast before school starts, like on one of their work days, that's one of the things we have.
Hmm.
We put that in our startup funds. We know that that's money that we could spend before the budget's approved. You
Okay.
cannot go over that. But then after the budget's approved, you can start spending as needed.
Okay. All right. And so my other, I guess coming from a parent's perspective, like I know we definitely wanna like support our teachers, but are there specific things like or that y'all can suggest that we can do for parents to be more engaged?
Let me go back real quick also to your first question. Because the other thing, the startup is just the amount you can spend before your budget's approved. But the answer to as far as when you're supposed to start buying things, it's
Hmm.
really when your PTA has the money and how they're organized.
Okay.
So, like for Mandeville High, we have a big merchandise shop, and we need to get that order put in early so that at the start of school we're ready to go.
Okay.
Um, so it just sort of depends on what you do and how organized you are and what you have going on and when those events fall. So there's no real, but yeah, we meet over the summer. We get
Hmm.
organized at the end of the year so that in the beginning we're ready to go instead of working backwards because that kind of your
Yeah.
momentum is really is big in the beginning of the year to be ready for it.
Yeah. We were selling like school shirts. I mean, they were selling like hotcakes. So we
Yeah, you
were
got to be
really
ready
glad about
for
that.
it.
Yeah.
One of the things we started doing at Magnet High is we will do for the school shirts. We started doing like 4 or 5 different designs, but we're only ordering like 25 of them. And so we only
Mm,
have 25. And once they're sold out, they're sold out. And so everybody's
yeah.
like, oh, I need to get that shirt because it's the only time that it's ever going to be offered and ever going to be sold. And so it's kind of a limited quality, only edition, special edition type of thing. So I don't know if that would, you said y'all were selling everything out, but that's really helped us, by the way, is
I
doing
really
small.
wanted to do something more for like the parents. Like I know they're like, oh, we need to do this for our teachers, but like I feel like we need to do more for the parents to get them engaged, to bring them on, to say, hey, this is really good what we're doing. You know, I like to be involved.
One of the things we do at AC Steer, because my youngest is in elementary and my two older in high school. So my youngest in elementary school, one of the things we've done is if you come to one of the PTA meetings,
Mhm.
we have our meetings, your name goes in a hat and it gets drawn. If you win, then you get a special seating at because we have award ceremonies and we have class productions and stuff. You get like front row seating and stuff.
Okay.
So it kind of get them more involved and more in the school and everything. They've really, really liked it. We've had probably double the number because when you get there, it's like first comes, first serve. And so everybody gets there like 20, 30 minutes early and it's already booked. Like everybody's already seated. And you're like, okay, next time I'm going to
Yeah.
get there 5 minutes early.
Right.
And it's, yeah. And so you don't really get a good seat or whatever. And so one of the things we talked about doing is when we have our general membership is we have a huge play production that the 4th and 5th grade puts on, is giving away front row tickets to that. And so
Okay.
they really like that. We also do a boohoo breakfast for our pre-K and kindergarten teachers. I don't know if it's something like that. It's the first day of school because our pre-K comes in 2 weeks after school starts. Our kindergarten comes in 1 week after school starts.
Mhm.
So the official first day of school for kindergarten, for our kindergarten classes, all the other parents from 1st to 5th, they're not there. They did that last week. They're gone. But
Yeah.
these and I don't know if you remember, but it's really traumatic for pre-K and kindergarten, especially for like, oh my gosh, like they hugged me and then walked away without crying. And why am I
Oh,
crying?
yeah.
And like,
Mhm.
I got emotional about that, like, because my kids were all like, "See you later, mom," and I was like, "Don't you miss
Oh,
me?
mine was
The
totally
kids are
opposite. More like a-
But we do a boohoo breakfast, and so
Mhm.
after you drop your kids off and take pictures, we go into the cafeteria with the PTA comes and does it, and we'll have like donuts and danishes and you know milk and orange juice and water and stuff like that, and we introduce the PTA. We tell them what we're about. We tell them what we do. We tell them how they need to get involved now in pre-K and kindergarten, and how they can like build up and our different committees and how we want them involved. And that has really, really pulled parents in.
Okay.
And then my favorite thing is last year AC Steer won one of the grants, the literary grants that the state PTA gives out. So
Okay.
with this 500, was it 500 or 750, Beth? Do you remember for the literary? 500?
750.
750. For this 750, one of our amazing moms, who's now our president this year, she wrote this big production thing. So we do a thing called books and blankets and books and blankets, and we have a big field next to our school. And of course, today it
Mhm.
had rain, so we moved it into the gym. But we went on Oriental trading, and we bought those little like blankets, and they're real cheaply made and not
Yes.
good to lay out. And then the
Mhm.
parents could come in and you had like a 30-minute thing. We gave out cookies and drinks and stuff. But your student came and met you, and for like 30 minutes, you either read a book together, you read a book, like my
Oh.
third grader didn't want me to read to him, so he read to me. Um,
Mhm.
it was really cute. He and his best friend actually coordinated that they had the same book, and then they put their blankets next to each other. And so we had like our little picnic and reading
Oh.
time and hangout time, and each of them took a turn like reading a chapter, and then we talked about it. And I mean, I was all up in my feelings after we left. It was amazing. And I told him, I was like, we need to do this every single year because
Yeah.
it was awesome. I loved it. And it really promoted reading to kids that didn't want to read.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
and so my heart did kind of break for the kids whose parents didn't show up, but I mean,
It's always tough.
yeah.
So
But
Ashley, we have a new Ashley. I just want to say hi to Ashley. We're kind of talking right now and just sort of not being very formal in
yeah.
going through the training part of it. And so Holly, sort of the short answer to your question is programs.
Yeah.
Doing things, finding things that speak to the parents. We used to combine, my youngest is now a senior in high school, so I have to think back to the elementary years. but we used to combine a used uniform sale, a beautification day, and I think we did it during book fair week. So the
Mhm.
parents would come and hit up all three. They could go to the book fair, they could grab their child and plant a few plants. And then if they wanted to do some used uniform shopping, they could do it all at the same time. So it's trying to think of things and sometimes, putting them on top of each other to give more of a reason for the parents to come,
Yeah.
to take the time out so that they get something out of it, the kids get something out of it, and just trying to find those kinds of things. We have a program page on our website. Yeah, that's got some suggestions of different things. So we might want to check that out.
Okay.
louisianapta.org/programs. Because really it's kind of endless, the things that you can do
Okay.
during school, after school, depending on, the admin's participation. If there's something else that they know that they want to do, you can tag it to try and increase participation.
We
I,
also sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Beth. Keep going.
I just wanted to ask the other Ashley, where you're from and if you've got experience, if you're new, and if you have any questions that you know offhand that you'd like to talk about.
She is typing. Audio is not working and visual is
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, text us if you have questions, and otherwise, you can go ahead, Ashley.
We also try to get our grandparents involved. You would be so surprised how many grandparents and grandfathers, those are the best for carpool.
Mhm.
They love directing carpool. They love being out there for carpool. So we did like maybe the year before COVID or so, and we're trying to bring it back this year or next, is the granddads on campus and the granddads doing carpool, and like they get a granddad gator shirt and things like that. But they like helping, walking the kids to the library. They like, and just having them being granddad on campus was a big thing. We did grandparents day bookended with the book sale in the library, and so that was like super great because they would bring the kids in there and they could buy
Mhm.
books, and because grandparents love to buy stuff for their kids and grandkids and stuff. So
Yes.
that helped
Mhm.
with the book sales, but it also helped bring those grandparents onto campus.
Yeah.
We did grandparent bingo. Oh my gosh, it was so big.
I want to do bingo, Beth, so bad. Like I want to
It
do family
was
bingo night.
it was so fun. We actually did it during the day, and it was each that we would do maybe 3 classes in the gym. It would take, this is at Lancaster. It would take all week to get every class to come in. We did cookies from Sam's, popcorn, and we had lemonade and water. And
Mhm.
I would call bingo. I had my script down, like I thought I was hysterical. I had all my jokes. We had prizes for doing it at night. However, it works out. It really was fun
Mhm.
and super easy to put on.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to bring that up. Bingo. So
All right,
let
I'm
me
gonna tell
ask
you
y'all.
my joke real quick.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
just have to share it. So this was back when Drew Brees was really big with the Saints, and so I would
Mhm.
be up on the stage, and I would turn to the side like somebody was behind the stage, and I would be like, "Is he here? Is it okay?" I'm like, "Y'all, I have a special announcement. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it!" And I would go through this whole thing, and I was like, "I have Mr. Drew Brees," and I remember one of the teachers literally screamed, but it was only B9, and so I called. That was because his number was 9. And so that's what I called my B9 was Drew Brees. Anyway, she hates me to this day. To this day. Oh, I just cracked myself up. Anyway, okay, go ahead.
My gosh.
Off subject. So speaking of bingo, my high schooler there, he's in an AP government class. And so
Mhm.
we had the debate the other night. And so he and his class, they all the day of the debate, they all got together
Mhm.
and they made up a bingo card. And it was like they picked out different things that words that were going to be said,
Wow.
topics that were going to be brought up. And then during the debate, they all got on like a and like the teacher was part of this. It was part of their group chat
Oh,
thing that
that's
they did. And
awesome.
so they were like, I got bingo, I got bingo. And they were
Oh,
so
that's
excited.
funny.
And it was like the first person to get across got something in class. The first person to black out
Yeah.
like got extra 5 points and stuff. But they had to participate on the Zoom call or whatever it was that they were doing.
Yeah.
It was, it was so funny because they were listening, but they were really concentrating on this bingo
Yeah.
card. But it brought them in to start listening and understanding. And I was like, that's great for a high school government class.
Yeah.
It's not
I
working
love
elementary,
that.
but I love the idea of, using technology for that
Yeah.
kind of
I love that.
All right, Ashley
But I was
Talbot, tell me, are you new to
I think she got
treasurer?
off.
Are you needing? Oh, she did get off. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe
I
she'll
think
come
she's
She's
back.
probably gonna come back on. But what I wanted to ask, because we have a huge Hispanic population, like, do we just advertise, like I told Amy, like we probably need to advertise some of those advertisements in Spanish so they
yeah.
can come. But the problem will be is we may need an interpreter there too.
Right, then
Like,
what? Yeah, you do. Well, you include that on your flyer. We need an interpreter. Can you come and help during an
okay,
event? It's,
yeah,
that's what you
okay,
ask. And the front office might also have somebody, or maybe there's a teacher or staff who is bilingual.
okay.
We ran into a problem. We have 3 Russian um, foster children that moved over to the United States, and they
Mm-hmm.
speak zero English. And so we don't speak Russian. We have a large Hispanic, Spanish speaking.
Yeah.
I mean, like 30 to 40% of our school is second English is their second language. So we have
Mm-hmm.
that in place. We did not have Russian in place. For like maybe the first couple of weeks, they were using Google Translate to try to speak with these kids. And now we're about a year into it, and it's kind of getting to where the kids actually can discuss things and interact. And
Mm-hmm.
seeing those 3 children merge in with the English and Spanish speaking children is amazing. It's so great to
That's
see
awesome.
because
That is awesome.
yeah, our kids are like, oh wait, you speak a different language? How do you say blah blah blah? And they're like, I don't know
Mm.
what you're saying. And now they're this is how you say it. And so they're really like feeding off of each other, and it's awesome. So merging the two English speaking, non-English speaking children and parents, you're gonna see
That
a
would be
just
awesome.
tremendous.
Yeah.
On our flyers, we'll do one side in English, and then when you flip it over, it's in Spanish. So our
Okay.
Spanish teacher here at the school, we give her a copy of the flyer in English, what we wanted to say, and then she translates it on how not only to correctly word it, but punctuation and things like that.
Okay.
And so we do a front side and a back side on every handout we give out at school.
But
Okay.
yeah, see if somebody would step up and want to be either not necessarily, I mean, eventually on the board. It would be awesome to have a Spanish committee where there's just that person who's always available for events.
Awesome. Yeah.
Um, but maybe that would be, not where you want to start because that can be intimidating.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
asking for a bilingual translator, or asking the school to hire somebody, or the Spanish. You don't have language at your school yet, so you wouldn't have somebody there. Maybe Covington High, their Spanish
Mhm.
teacher, or maybe that would be a good source to know who could help with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. Cause
Also,
I mean, when we have events, like they are always there. And like one lady I was trying to talk to her, she was like, no, no, no English. I was like, but you look beautiful. Like you look beautiful. She just
also, like at Magnet High, where my 2 olders are, we have a large Indian population. They put
Mhm.
on their own lunch one day for Teacher Appreciation Week, and
Wow.
it's the moms and the dads. They get out and they cook all of this Indian food. And it's amazing. It's so good, and the teachers look forward to it. So I mentioned that at the elementary school because, like I said, we have about 30-40% with that are Spanish at AC Steer, and so they
There you go,
contact.
Ashley. You're unmuted.
Hey Ashley, we contacted some of the Spanish speaking, and they make amazing food also. And they actually do
Hi.
they
Oh, I
feed
can't hear anything.
the place for
We hear
lunch,
you.
and it's like their day, and it's promoted as the their day and
Like,
stuff, and so it's big
yeah.
ordeal. They would probably be interested in something like that. Hey Ashley, how are you?
Hi, how you doing? I'm so sorry I'm so late. I was having technical issues, and I'm still having technical issues. I'm checking in from my phone, but thank y'all for having this. I'm the treasurer of the PTA at Mayfield, and I was hearing some really awesome ideas. I think y'all were talking about fundraising, I believe, and cool things that you can do with the parents and stuff. And I love that because at Mayfield, that's what we thrive on is fundraising.
Yeah.
Where's Mayfield at? What parish?
Mayfield is in Slidell.
Okay.
And it's in Slidell. And we've come up with some really cool fundraising things. I don't know if y'all were going into detail. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit late, but one of the best fundraisers that I came up with this year is called Skip the Line. And I love it because it costs us nothing. And what it is, we do a raffle for who wants to skip the car line. And basically we did a raffle for $5 for one ticket, or you could get, I believe, 5 for 20. We had parents buying 10 tickets at a time. It was amazing. And I can't remember, and I'm the treasurer. I have to look at it because we did everything we did everything cashless, but I think if I'm not mistaken, we raised about $400. And again, it cost us nothing.
Wow.
The incentive was skipping the car line, because if any of you all know, the car line is evil.
Yes.
We get grandparents out there an hour and a half early that's in there waiting. So
Wow.
we've been really focused on doing a lot of fundraising. We usually do that, but we just love to, and everything that we give, we donate to our teachers. Our teachers and our students, they say we treat them like queens and kings, and our students are the best, because we just want to just show them how much we love them.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, so as treasurer, do you kind of know what you're doing and feel good about your position? Do you have any questions? Because we're not really going through the slides. And
I don't have any questions per se for myself. Our old treasurer, Tabitha, she was really good, and she was a math major, so she was really organized, and all I had to do was just copy and paste all of her spreadsheets and stuff like that. And although I'm the treasurer, we all do the same. We all kind of do a little bit of everything on our board. So I may be the treasurer, but I may do some secretarial duties. I may do some vice president duties, and vice versa. So it's really like one cohesive team. But I don't have any questions. I just can't wait to hear everything, because I do want to learn as much as I can from the LAPTA. Just so we can know that we're doing everything correctly, and just to get new ideas and stuff like that, and how to expand and stuff like that.
well, let me ask you this idea. Are you all not using online software for your budget? Well, you can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Oh
No, I
God.
hear
Yeah.
you.
Again.
We don't have any online software. Y'all have online software?
So, well, there's two places that I would recommend. One costs money, but if you have Cheddar Up, you can get Cheddar Up for free.
We have Cheddar Up. Okay, so we do
Okay.
have Cheddar Up. We were doing a lot of our PTA sales through Cheddar Up, and we didn't use Cheddar Up this year so we do have some kind of online platform, because it was a little bit, I guess when we were running stuff like t-shirt sales and stuff, it wasn't as organized or if we needed to run reports, the reports weren't as, I guess, as crisp as we wanted them to be. So we do have Cheddar Up, but we don't really use it as much. And I'm trying to think, what do we use? Because we do have a cashless system, but we do the PT board. So like how schools
Okay.
have like,
heard so
you
much great
know,
about
Mandeville High PT board, .com or whatever. We use the PT board, and that has been phenomenal.
Okay. So, well, just to finish it. So if you can get Moneyminder, it costs $179 a year. No, it actually just went up to $199 a year
That's not bad at all.
I think so.
because we just got the bill and it just went up. So
Yeah.
if you have Moneyminder, you can get the Cheddar Up team for free, but it doesn't matter if you use Cheddar Up or not. So if you, the other alternative is the Wave apps, and it's listed on the treasurer's page and it's free. It's not as, you don't get all the features that you get with Moneyminder, but with Moneyminder, it keeps it all every year. You can quickly access all the past years. I did a short training video on it that's posted on the training page
Okay.
to give a quick overview of it, because just having that budget stuff organized online, I think is really a huge thing for the current, and then for future, looking back and being able to access all of the years instead of just having it as a spreadsheet. I highly recommend it.
And if when you get Moneyminder, you get the expanded version of Cheddar Up. And we went from doing the free one, which was like, I think you'd have like 5 things at a time or something. We kept having to like rearrange the way things were done and rename them and turning this off and turning this one on and stuff. It was like horrible. And then when we found out we got the free Cheddar Up with Moneyminder, when we bought our Moneyminder, we have not looked back, because you get to make like a group page and all this other stuff. I've heard great things. When we were down in the down south training and the South Louisiana training, the ladies in there were talking about they use PT board because the thing I don't like about Cheddar Up is that if we have one for membership, one for spirit items, one for donations or something like that, you have to check out 3 times. But with PT board, you can check out, you can do all of those things and then have one checkout. So that was kind of neat. I personally haven't looked at it. I need to, because it sounds interesting. I'm just really, really stuck on Cheddar Up and Moneyminder because it's great. But
Yeah, me too.
time.
The brain power for me to switch over and learn PT board, I just don't have it.
Yeah.
But I support, those that do. But probably the problems you had initially with Cheddar Up is because you were doing the free account.
Yeah.
So you're really unlimited when you move over to the I think it's $30 a month that you get for free. It's called Teams.
And having your budget carry over, because I'm on 2 different, I'm on an elementary school PTA and then a high school PTA. Our high school PTA, we used QuickBooks every single year. And then when I got elected treasurer last year, I was like, I don't really care for QuickBooks. It's great if you're doing a business, because I work in finance. I use QuickBooks every day for our businesses and stuff. But for a PTA, it didn't do what we wanted. It didn't fit the mold that I wanted. So I moved, made sure everything was good with the board and everything was good with the at our general meeting. And, hey, can we move over? Everybody was like, you do whatever. And so we moved over to the Moneyminder. And what's great is you can go back and look at previous years on how much was spent and how much was in the budget and how much the actuals versus the budget and everything for every previous year. So like on our state, I think we go back like 10 years on there. Now
But does it itemize it?
Moneyminder, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
And you can go back and look at reports and everything from previous years and see. I started pulling up and looking at.
Do you want me to show y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
Screen
Sure.
share.
Yeah.
So I think I might be the only one on here coming from a unique position because it's the president's last year and the secretary last year. We don't have a vice president. And things are being put in manually. So I think we might have to move to this Moneyminder so we can have something to leave a trail.
Right.
You do
So-
manually enter in your deposits and your withdrawals, or you can, it's a little bit extra to where you can have it talk to the bank. I personally like putting them in and taking them out manually just because I'm looking at it and keeping up with it myself. And so if there's a
Mhm.
question about something, I feel more secure in my answer than, oh, it was automatically downloaded and I just checked it off that it cleared the bank. So
Yeah.
that's just a personal preference, a little bit of, um,
All right, y'all
know.
seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have 2 accounts linked up. This is for Louisiana PTA. And if I click on the main Whitney checking, it pulls up the register. And so view register, I can import transactions. I've actually never used that.
I
So
don't like it.
yeah, a new deposit, a new withdrawal. So if I have a withdrawal, I would come in here and the date, a check number, who it's paid to. I can add a note in the memo. The category is the budget line item. I can add another detail and then the amount. The other
Nice.
thing is that you can print checks from here, which I haven't done in a long time. And you
Mm-mm.
can also attach the receipt.
I love that.
So everything can
That's awesome.
actually go digital. That's the other part of keeping your files. You don't have to have a physical paper binder, although I recommend having that as a backup. Everything can go digital. So this is what it has a bunch of reports. All of these are different types of reports to look at. The main one that I use is the income and expense compared to the budget.
That's the one I
Mhm.
like. There's one called the treasurer's report, and I just don't care for it. I don't think it gives enough information like this one does.
Yeah, so this one, for each line item that I have, and I have it broken out into categories, you have the actual income, what our budgeted income, actual expense, budgeted expense, the actual net, and then your budget net, and then where you are compared to what your budget is. When making the budget, so this is what it looks like when you create the budget. You can create different groups. So we have a membership dues here, sponsorships and collaborations, local unit outreach. I probably should have pulled up Mandeville because it's a little bit, more to what y'all do. But this is how you set up the budget.
Mhm.
And it's very easy. And so then the other thing is up here is where it has all of the previous years. So I can pull up any year from here and see what we did and how it compares to now.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Go
it
go
does.
to the, oh, do you still have it up?
Yeah,
So whenever you have your monthly meetings, either your executive board meetings or your general membership, go to reports real quick and then go to yeah, that's the one I like. Whenever you're here and you're looking at this report, there's up at the top, there's a thing that says, nope, go up a little bit, export to PDF. And
oh,
it
here.
gives you a
Yeah.
perfect report that you can give out and use that for your meeting. And that way, if anybody has any questions, the number one question we have is, how much is left in the budget for this thing? Can we buy more stuff? Can we do more stuff? And I'm like, well, you've used, 2,000 out of your $5,000 budget. So you have 3,000 left over. And it's easier to compare and to show people. And so that they could see what you're doing.
This is
Okay.
another report that shows the itemized.
Oops.
Oh, wait. Y'all can see the PDF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is each itemized entry under each category,
Yep.
which
Love
I
that.
think that's what you were asking about.
Yeah, just because
Um,
it's so many, like trying to, writing it on a sticky note, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, put in the budget.
Yeah.
Just need
It
something.
really, I mean, there's no excuse. Everybody should be on Moneyminder. If it's too expensive, then at least the Wave apps. Oh, the other thing I was going to show is that on the treasurer's page on our website, if you haven't gone through all of it, go through it. But we have a
Mhm.
fillable expense form and deposit form so that you can have, if somebody has an expense that they need paid or reimbursed,
Hmm.
St. Sam, everybody but Cato can have debit cards, but they can fill this out on their computer and then even upload a receipt here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not going to work right now. For some reason, when I upload this to the website, it doesn't let me do it. But this is an upload spot where people can insert their receipts.
I've had
Uh,
people fill out that front form where they fill out what they want and everything, and then take a picture of their screen, and then take a picture of the receipt and send me that. And I was like, I'd rather have that than you lose the receipt and, not get
Right.
reimbursed or whatever. But
Yep.
that because that's always a big deal. Is, hey, where's my receipts at? I'd love to be able to pay you back for the $400 you went and spent on cookies and water and stuff. But if I don't have a receipt, I don't know what you spent, and I can't pay you
Right.
back.
Mhm.
yeah, you can just text it.
I've
Yes, you
got
can have all digital on your files, which really helps.
Yeah.
You want to share it in different locations, so like have a hard backup on the thumb drive and have it saved to Google Drive or something like that.
Right.
What else you thinking, Ashley?
I have one more question.
Mhm.
So we did, I think we were going through PT board, and for the shirts, I think Amy was telling me it comes through Stripe, so we couldn't determine if it was like shirt sales or people joining the PTA. Is there a way we can split that up? Like, is there a better way to do that? Because it's
Yeah.
like we're mixing money, and I don't know. I guess if I'm putting my name on something, like I need to have it accurate.
What
You know what I'm
categories is
saying?
in? So
Yeah.
I know Cheddar Up does that. I don't know for PT board. I assume is it a
They do.
higher? Okay.
They do.
Yeah, you could definitely, we have a PT board, we have a category for each thing. We have one for memberships, for spirit
Mhm.
wear. We even have our Kona Ice. We do Kona Ice 4 times a year, and we make it where parents can pay once a year. You can do the Kona Ice, all your fundraisers through there. All of our fundraisers, we're completely cashless, are all through PT board, and we have them all as separate categories. So we know where the money is funneling into.
So is that something y'all set up?
Yeah, we set it up. We designed it ourselves. We set it up ourselves. I can probably log in.
What's your
I
website?
am
Because
so
I can
sorry.
share it from here. Tell me your website.
Let me try and pull. I think it's PT. But I'm having like the worst technical issues. I'm literally trying to. I'm on my cell phone. I did not have Teams on my cell phone, so I had to restart it. My computer, my laptop is still restarting. I don't know what's going on. I believe it's Mayfield. Is it PT board? Mayfield. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna
It's
I'm gonna
something
try and.
PT board.
It should be Mayfield.pt board. I know I have it in my browser on my cell phone. Okay, it's Mayfield.ptboard.com. And
Okay.
then when you get on there, it'll say forms and payments. And we literally have it everything broken up by spirit wear. We sell a spirit yard sign, the membership. Right now we even sign up for volunteers. We don't have any signups going on right now because we just finished 3 fundraisers. But if you see our site, you can see where everything is kind of located, and how we have everything broken down. And as we get more fundraisers, I'm trying to do another we try to do a fundraiser almost once a month. That sounds like a lot, but it could be like mini fundraisers.
Mhm.
So probably in the next week or so, we should have another fundraiser going on. We're trying to do a paint and sip for kids where on
Cute.
that half a day, I think October 12th, all the schools are out a half a day. We're gonna let them stay in the cafeteria, whoever wants to sign up, and they'll paint little bear paws and drink I don't know, Kool-Aid flavored drinks.
Mhm.
But we'll have that on there as well. So you can have it, you can separate all of the different fundraisers and spirit wear and stuff. And we even, I think I was looking to see, we even have spirit wear from last year, which is a separate price than that, but it should let you add as many categories as you would like.
So where would you go to add it?
Let's see. And I am on it right now. I'm probably gonna, if I can get your contact information, because I didn't design ours, our actual old treasurer did it. Um, and I can get you with her.
Yeah, because
Oh, hello.
I think we need some accurate numbers because we get a lot of shirt sales, but we don't. And I really like that. I don't want to take that from you, but I really like that spirit wear. I don't think we just have CES shirts.
Yeah, yeah. I love PTA board because I feel like it's a little bit. I like Cheddar Up, but the reports again that we ran, I think we were having issues with just the accuracy. And with PT board, I really love how you could run the reports. I could separate it by date, I could separate it by grade, I could separate it by item. So I feel like it gives you a little bit more freedom and leeway on things you can do. I will definitely I'll get your information and I'll get
Yeah,
you in touch with
definitely.
our current vice president who used to be the treasurer, but she designed our whole PT board.
Okay,
I
awesome.
just looked
Y'all
on their
share emails. I believe that both of them, so CheddarUp does do the same detailed report where you can do it by item, by transaction, you can add sizes, colors, all that stuff. And it exports it as an Excel spreadsheet. But
Mm-hmm.
what y'all type in your emails maybe, or how you do yours at least. So y'all
Okay.
can, because I can't
Yeah.
help on PT board. I'm sure it's just basically the same thing with CheddarUp. You
Mhm.
log into PT, like you probably go directly to ptboard.com to log in
Yep.
to the admin account that's associated with your PTA login, and then on that back end is where you log in and can add items and edit and all that stuff.
Okay.
And when I looked
I
on
have
the
to
PT board website, like the actual website, they said that they're doing webinars. There's like 4 webinars that they had listed.
Oh, really? I love that.
They're probably
Yeah.
already listed on YouTube also.
Yeah.
Can y'all type anything in the chat? Because it's not coming across.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can.
I'm still waiting for my
Yeah,
computer, and for some reason on my cell phone, it's like, hang tight, we're opening Microsoft Teams, so I can hear y'all, but I can't see anything anymore. So I'm just having a very bad technical day,
I've never
okay.
used
and I'm
Teams
usually
before
more
either.
prepared. My son had 2 baseball games today, so it's been a lot.
Okay,
And
well,
I can,
Beth, I'll give you my email address. Can you
you know
type
what, y'all email, actually both of y'all email Ashley Snell, treasurer@louisianapta.org, and she'll hook y'all
Okay.
up.
Yeah, and I'll just
Oh.
cross y'all over.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that'd be easier.
So
But-
what's the thing with Stripe? Stripe takes a percentage of the funds.
Yes.
So how much, so how will we, I guess, do I need to deduct that percentage from all the monies that come in? Is it like per week or is it every transaction?
We actually got away from Stripe right before I started. I don't know that much about it. Beth, do you
Oh, I
know
can't.
anything about Stripe?
I'm very fuzzy. Okay, there I am. So it basically works the same way, whether you're in PT board or CheddarUp. They charge like 3.75. There's a variation, and then there's also like a 79 cents per transaction, if it's a check, et cetera, et cetera. So it gets confusing when you download your report and need to enter in how much money you have for each category.
Mhm.
So I think the official way to do it is that you would have just the totals for what your gross was for the income for each category, and then you can maybe have another line item that says Stripe fees. Because I know on CheddarUp, it's hard to know per category where to break it out. So I just either put it under one category that's like the main where we get most of our stuff from, or it could just be its own line item for the fees.
Can we
Those
just
fees
get rid
can be, go ahead.
Can we just get rid of Stripe?
Well, it is how they pay you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So CheddarUp doesn't use Stripe that way. It doesn't have an outside party. The fees stay within CheddarUp.
Mhm.
But it's still the same process, the same system. You can, I assume, also on PT board say who pays those fees. So if somebody uses Mandeville's website, well, and state as well, they pay the fees. If it's a check, then we actually say that we'll pay the check fee, which is
Mhm.
79 cents per transaction or whatever it is. But if it's the credit card fees, then we pass those on to the buyer.
Okay.
And it's not very high.
Okay.
It's around 4%, a little
Yeah.
less.
Okay.
What I did like, one of the things we do with Cheddar Up is that whenever I'm using Cheddar Up, I can give, like whenever we sell shirts. We had back to school night, we were selling shirts. We had like 6 people out there selling shirts and we were still overwhelmed. But I give everybody the event code off of the Cheddar Up, and they have to download the app. They hit I have an event code, and they do that, and they can take payments. We don't even have to have like a card sliding machine or anything. I literally take payments with my phone, because I could do the tap, or I could key in the like if it's a one of those tap cards, you could just tap it to the back of your phone and it works. If that doesn't work, or like they have like the old school credit cards, you could just manually key it in.
Mhm.
But it's so much easier than trying to like have one credit card machine that everybody's waiting on. Everybody just
Yeah.
uses their phones, and it's quick. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if Stripe does that, but that's one of the things I love to be able to do.
Now, one thing, I know we can't use Zelle or anything, but we are able to use PayPal, correct?
So it's kind of a weird policy. I don't know why we can use PayPal. Well, I do know why. So it's a federal banking regulation thing.
Because we use
And
PayPal.
PayPal, yeah, it has a higher standard of the things that it's done ahead of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zelle and Venmo are direct person to person, although Zelle is also sort of changing and going now to the federal banking level of regulation. Yeah.
I even know, like, our yard guy was telling us the other day that he can't even use Venmo for his business anymore, that his accountant won't let him use Venmo for
Yeah.
business.
Wow.
I didn't know that you could do the tap with the Cheddar Up and everything, but we
Oh,
do what we do for PayPal. We have our you can print out a QR code. So like at open house and meet and greet, we print out a huge QR code and have it
Yep.
laminated, and it's already connected to our account. Just because that may feel the internet is so shoddy for us, even though they give us a Chromebook. The school gives us, I think they even give us a
Oh, do
phone,
they?
but it just doesn't work. Yeah.
That's more than
So
I get, so I'm jealous.
yeah, we don't get into
the
that.
PayPal has been a lifesaver. I have like 5 of the QR codes, and I literally just tape them to the table and
Mhm.
say, okay, well, if you haven't ordered through PT Board, or like last year, if we didn't do Cheddar Up, you can definitely just PayPal us. And it seems like, and what I love about it is that PayPal will automatically deposit it into the account. Like you don't even have to do anything. I think like once every 2 weeks or something like that. I think we have it set up. So it works out
I would
pretty
check
good.
PT board because I have a feeling they probably have the same feature.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to check that, because I love PT. I liked Cheddar Up, but I feel like PT Board is just so much easier, and I love the graphics of it and everything.
So do
And the
y'all do
volunteer sign up was
do
a
y'all
lot
do one
easier.
transaction? Like if you do membership and shirts and a yard sign, you can do it all in one transaction.
All in
right?
one transaction, you just add it to the
That-
cart. Yep.
I
Yep,
don't know
that's
what you're talking about with that actually. I guess if you have it as different collections, like a different website address, although actually Cheddar Up now has where you can have a main homepage that has all of your collections listed,
so
but it
we
still
do
does
have-
separate transactions.
Yeah, let me see if I
Okay.
can pull up ours.
Because I just have like for Mandeville, I have all of my stuff on one page. It's just in a different, membership is in one block, merchandise is in another block. So it is all on one transaction
So even
where
though
they
it's
add it
on
all to the cart.
transaction, it'll categorize those transactions for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Actually, here, let me pull up a report of what it looks like. You pulling something up, Ashley? You can go ahead too.
Yeah, I have to look up my password every time because I don't know it. I have seriously too many passwords between my personal, my work, and my
Same.
PTA, the state PTA,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see. Okay, what's that one?
And then what was the other thing you were wondering? What? Yeah, you were wondering the itemized what ChatterUp can do. So that's the paid account for ChatterUp. I think if you don't have the paid account, you have a lot
Yeah,
less. You're too limited to really be able to do what you need to do.
So is ChatterUp and MoneyMinder the same thing?
No,
No.
they just have an agreement between the two of them where if you have them
Oh, okay.
both, you get ChatterUp for free for the year.
Okay.
And actually, it's like every year. They keep giving it to you for free.
Share.
Okay. So we
You see how to
definitely
share?
Yeah, I found it. Okay, so this is our school page. Wait,
We got it.
did it show?
Mhm.
See, it didn't show for me. But this is our school page, and so you can go to this one. Our Mustang Fund
Oh, that's
is,
all your collections. Okay.
and so it's all our collections. So membership is one, homecoming, feed the teachers. Oh, and normally we have our spirit gear on there, but we're getting new stuff, so we had to take it down. But you have to check out each one separately. You can't like do a donation here and a membership and a ride and dine. You can't do all three of them and make one transaction to check out. That's the only thing I
Have
don't
you
like about Separate.
have you thought about doing it the way we have it? You see Mandeville? You see my screen now or yours?
2 years now.
Okay.
Let's see.
So like on ours, so we have membership and those items, and then I have a sales section and then our merchandise. So you could still separate it out and then it's all one cart. They don't have to go back and forth to the different websites. So we only use mandeville.chatterup.com for everything.
So y'all don't. We can do that. We just always made separate collections just to keep the reports separate and to keep the
Mhm.
items separate and stuff like that. But it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And you could let me see if you could see mine again. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna share the other one that we have.
Quick question: how often are y'all checking those websites?
Daily. I am. Well,
I
because we have Spirit Wear that I give out every 2 days. So I'm running
Mhm.
reports and checking my website daily. I have with PT board. I don't know if it's like I can't remember what it was like, if it was like this for Cheddar Up, but PT board you have to join.
Mhm.
So I have to approve membership like to get online and stuff like that. So we're checking it. I'm checking it daily, and I think my other e-board people are also checking it daily, again, to approve membership, and not even PTA membership, but just to approve them to get onto the Mayfield site and be able to order it, because it isn't just open up to, I don't think, just anybody or whatever. They do ask for guest approval, so that's why. And again, to run reports and stuff.
Okay.
That was one of the things that one of the ladies had said in that training was that they got away from using Facebook or Instagram groups and stuff like that by using PT board.
Yes, and that's what we want to do. We do have a Facebook page, but we would so much rather use
Me too.
PT board. And I think this year was the week, because last year we were Chatter Up. This year was our first year. We're just trying PT board out. We absolutely adore it. I could see us next year actually getting rid of our Mayfield Elementary PTA Facebook page. That would be the goal. And our principal is spot on with us as well with it.
You should be able to sign up for email alerts too, so that if somebody is wanting to request membership or,
Yeah.
access or has a purchase or something like that.
Yeah.
I know on ChatterUp, it's a manager. I'm
Mhm.
sure there's some, and when you're setting up and editing the backside of it, go through every button and you probably see on there how you choose who gets alerts.
Yeah. Our membership vice president at Magnet High, she said she checks it like every 2 to 3 days for membership
Mhm.
just to make sure. And then I don't know how she has the time, but she emails each person and says, "Hey, you signed up for this committee," or "Hey, you didn't sign up for any committees. Would you like to be a part? And so she does that every like 2 to 3 days. She
Oh,
emails
she's
them.
awesome.
I know.
I don't know, like I don't know what I would do without her.
Yeah, she
You're making me
is
feel bad. I need to do that for
awesome.
Mandeville.
Yeah. We need to copy and paste Margot at every location and have a
Yeah.
Margot. She's awesome.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is-
She's like, my job is membership. I need to make sure all these people are on committees. And I'm like, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we can get to that point where we have someone. I think right now it's only 2 of us. I mean, we have 3, but she has some family stuff going on, so I'm not sure what's going on with her. But the thing is, all of our children are in 3rd grade, so we won't be there next year. So we really need some people to come in, some parents to like really be like, okay, you know, I want to be part of this. So it's just
That's what
like that's my goal, trying to get the parents in. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
the
find
hardest
them.
thing.
Yep.
That is the hardest thing. We've been trying to drive our membership up for the last 2 years, and it's slowly climbing, but it's not where we want it. You know, we have an elementary school with 800 kids, and we literally, I think our membership, I probably should have ran the report while I had the PT board pulled up, but I think our membership may be at 96, maybe 100. And I've done all kind of like just incentives, but that's still not enough. That's nowhere near enough. We ran a membership drive trying to bribe teachers, because teachers, we gave teachers t-shirts last year thinking they were going to join, and they didn't. You know, so it's not just the parents. But I think right now we still have a drive going on where the class who has the most people that sign up for the PTA, we'll give the teachers 30 minutes, and the PTA will come in and watch the kids for 30 minutes, the class, and the kids will get a popsicle party because it's cheap and effective. But that still is not getting people to join the way that they should. So we are
Do
just
a
really
raffle. Do a drawing for the front seats for reserve seating or for skipping the car line.
yeah. That's what we're gonna have to do.
Everybody who's
because-
joined by October 15th, give yourself a month.
yeah,
Goes into for a drawing, and you'll find out how
that's
many.
a great idea. I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna text my group, and I might post that tonight on the Facebook, because I mean, we're literally just, that's the only thing, and we do so much. But if we could get that membership up, in the volunteering,
That would make me so happy.
Yes.
yes. And the
We also do,
volunteering, just trying to get the same parents. My school got lucky because all 4 of us were stay-at-home moms. Well, I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I'm a notary, but I make my own hours. So I'm kind of a stay-at-home mom. But we're doing every event. We don't get the volunteers that we need to make these amazing events come off. So I don't know.
One of the things that we're trying to do with the teachers at Magnet High, and you can do it with any, grade level, is that we're giving them a month, and whoever the teachers that sign up in the month, they get their name in a drawing, and then we're giving, and we're going to pick their name or whatever. They're getting a caffeinated present, and if they want a case of Cokes or a case of K-Cups or a case of Red Bull, whatever they need to get through the first part of school with their caffeine, or a case of water if they don't.
That is a great idea.
Next month, we're going to do like a Thanksgiving kind of theme, and it's going to be all the teachers again, whether you signed up in August or you signed up in November. We're going to put your names in a hat, and we're going to give you like a free turkey. And then December, we're going to give you, and it's stuff like that to try to get the teachers to join.
Yeah.
Let me go get a pen. I should have had a pen already out. I'm sorry. This is great.
Well, I am recording it, and I'm going to post it on the training page.
And we're
This is awesome.
PTA, so we're big on we're trying to get our students involved this year. That was my main goal, because I'm president at the high school PTA or PTSA. And so my main goal is I want students in there. And then we found out recently that students didn't know that they can come to our meetings. They didn't know that they were a part. And so I didn't know they didn't know. They didn't know that they didn't. Like it was just a huge like block there that neither one knew. So we're going to, on one of they do these club rotation things. So we're going to be a part of one of the club rotations, and we're going to do pizza parties. and we're going to give out AirPods, and we want you at our meetings. We want your
Love
feedback.
it.
Do you like this shirt? Do you not like this shirt? Would you wear this beanie?
Yeah.
Do you like this, yard sign? And then we're also giving away a scholarship to a senior. So we want juniors and
I
freshmen
love
up
it.
on the committee for all of this. So
Mhm.
we're really pushing for students to join. We're really pushing for teachers to join. And we did with the students, if their parents join, they get an extra name in the drawing. If two parents
Yes.
join, then they get their name and two parents. So they can get, three there. My kids were like, hey, how about putting Mimi and Papa on there too? And then I was like, all right, I guess Mimi and Papa
Yep.
should join the PTA now.
Yep.
So now they got 5 in the drawing. So, it really kind of helps boost membership. But then
Mhm.
also, like when we're doing the scholarship, we're like, hey, you have to have so many hours of working with the PTSA. You have to have so many hours, being on our
I
committee.
love it.
Which, I mean, you can't
That's
do in elementary
phenomenal.
school, but you can have, hey,
Well, but they
kids,
have student council in the
Yeah.
elementary that can be involved. You don't have to have a PTSA to have student council representative on your board.
right.
You could still have students on there.
And the ones that are in PTSA, I mean, the ones that are on student council, trust me, they are yearning for things on their
Mhm.
resume. They want things on their resume because that looks good for them for student of the year
Yeah.
applications and
Yep.
things. And so if you let them know, like, hey, we will write recommendation letters, we will, we want you on our board, or at least part of our meetings and things, we want your feedback, and put it out there to them like that, because those kids on student council, they're the ones that are wanting more.
Yep.
And they have great ideas.
They do
Our
have
guy-
good ideas.
They came to us and were like, this is what we think is a good idea. And I'm like, did we not know this? Like,
Hmm.
nobody told us.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are
And
some great
my
ideas.
theme for the year is you don't know what you don't know. So if they don't know that they can come to your meetings,
Yeah.
they can know. And so once you let them know, they're, they may not like Kona Ice. They may want Kona Ice more than 4 times. We went from
Yep.
like 4 times a year, like once a semester, to now we do it once a month. We do it the first
Yeah.
Friday of the month.
Yep.
We do spirit days where they have to wear a spirit shirt, or even if you don't have a spirit shirt, like you can't afford the shirt or whatever, just a yellow shirt or a green shirt,
Yeah.
that are school colors. And the class that wins gets the most gets a pizza party that the PTA puts on. And
I
so
love
it's
it.
trying to build up more. And you'll find the more you do at the school, and the more you tell the parents, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that. And
Mhm.
I was telling Holly earlier, we did a books and blankets thing. We had so many parents show up to sit and read a book with their kid. It was amazing.
Love
I love that.
Yeah.
that
What
is-
grades are at Mayfield?
Mayfield is pre-K through 6th grade.
Okay, so y'all have the little ones. So I saw the doing, oh my gosh, what do they call it? Playground picnic or something like that before school starts over the summer to get the kids to
Aw.
meet some of their,
Yes.
start meeting people so that those new kids coming in will have an idea of, they might see a friend.
Yeah. And that's
Take
a
that
great idea.
anxiety off.
We just got new playgrounds too at the school. So that is a great idea. This has been a great meeting. I'm sorry I was so late joining, but I got all kind of ideas and everything. So this has been really, really good.
Check out
if y'all
the
see our
fundraising
our
page.
Facebook page. Don't get mad if I didn't stole half your ideas. So
No, that's what we're
That's
here
what we're here for. Yeah.
Yeah, check out the louisianapta.org/fundraising. Fundraise, something like that. I forget now.
Look,
And the
Mhm.
programs, because those
Okay.
are the ideas where we try to put on, like, all these different things. I don't know if I have the books and
Fundraising.
blankets.
Oh, like it just says
Fundraising
fun. No, it's louisianapta.org/funds.
funds. Okay, see, I couldn't decide, so I went with funds. Funds and program. It might be programs.
There you go.
But that is, the fundraising. So I try to get these different ideas, but to sort of put the fundraising with the program and really,
yeah.
Yeah.
there's lots of ideas on there too.
Yeah, I want to do like a parents' night out. I think that'd be so nice.
That'll be so nice. It really would. And you
Yeah.
know, what we've done this year, we've increased our like restaurants that we work with. We used to always do Canes because Canes is right by the school. But I think we're
Mhm.
working with like 5 different restaurants on different levels. So we have
Wow.
some of the
Oh,
parents that are like,
yeah.
oh, well, I don't eat Canes. Okay, well, fine. We'll do we have a night right after that at Texas Longhorn. We have, we have Chipotle, which if you want to do
Yeah.
Chipotle or Chick-fil-A, you really need to apply in the summer before school starts
Mhm.
because they fill up with
Yeah.
schools lining up. So we've decided to add, and like usually it's just Canes, but I think this year we're doing about 5 different restaurants and stuff like that. So we're just and we really want to tap into the raffles stuff stuff where you can get
Mhm.
money, but it doesn't
Right.
cost us a lot of money.
Right.
We have a pretty solid budget. I think our budget is at about 13,000. So, and we try to keep it no less than 10,000. But that's
Mhm.
because when it's stuff like Teacher Appreciation Week, we're splurging. We're giving, Woodhouse
Yeah.
spa packages to teachers. We're giving Yeti coolers, that kind of
Actually,
thing. Because
are
we used
y'all
to
really
give
giving packages like that?
we do. We
Well,
actually do because the past PTA board would give, little trinket stuff that everybody gets, but they don't really want that. We want to get these teachers stuff that they really want and deserve.
yeah. Mhm.
So that's why we fundraise hard, and most of our and so we only do like only 2 teacher luncheons now because for Teacher Appreciation Week we spend a lot of money, and when I say
Yeah.
spend a lot, we may spend 3,000 on that, but again, we're raising. We give each class for the students.
Mhm.
We give each class, each grade at the end of the year. I think it's about $2 per kid.
Mhm.
We give it to like the teacher, like the head teacher of that grade over 6th grade. So if
Mhm.
there's 300, well, maybe 200 6th graders, they'll get, $400. We give that to the teacher so we can say, hey, whatever y'all want to do. So they might say, well, that'll go for cupcakes for graduation. I
Mhm.
know 3rd grade last year, we gave them, I think, like $300 to use on students, and they
Mhm.
bought them a bounce house, and they had that. So we do all kind of student of the month. We go all out for student of the month. They're getting free
Mhm.
food from Canes. They're getting pencils. They're getting personalized Mayfield balloons. So we try to give it as much to the kids, but that's why we fundraise so much, and we're just trying to think of easy fundraising things
Yeah.
to keep up with I guess the swaggy lifestyle we're trying to get our teachers on. Our if you haven't heard of Mayfield Elementary, our slogan is, and we have it on everything, we're the best elementary school in America. And we try to lead that with everything
Yeah.
that we do.
Awesome.
So and I forgot that this was a statewide meeting because I was looking for like people from St. Tammany Parish and stuff like that. But we're pretty involved. And not only that, not only are we just giving stuff away, we do tons of volunteering. We also try to promote that on PTA board,
Okay.
ways that they could give back to the community and to themselves that could
Yeah.
help everybody out and stuff. So, but I
And
I
Holly, we're about to get a Panda Express
ooh.
by
They give lots of
by the
money.
new Costco.
And the food
Oh,
is good.
that's not me.
I know,
You
that's
just
where I
have to sign
am.
up
I live
online.
right
Oh
by
my
Target.
gosh.
Wait, are
Okay.
So
y'all in St.
Sign up
Tammany by
online,
Target?
and
yeah,
they'll
we're
do
in St. Tammany.
Yeah.
Ashley's the only one up
it.
in Caddo.
In my mind, in my mind, I live in Covington and Mandeville. I just physically reside in Slidell, but when you say Costco and Target, I was like, oh. So in
Yeah.
my mind,
I know
yes,
We're
exactly
North
where
Shore. We're
that's
North Shore girls.
yes,
What, right
exactly.
Uh,
from
Love
here,
it.
that's where I'm at?
but that Panda Express, they do really good ones and they do it for the
Yeah.
entire day. They don't
That's
just do
phenomenal.
like, most
For
of
the
them are like you have to
evening.
give the receipt, you have to say it, and then you only get that like 1 hour. They do the
Mhm.
whole day and you get 10% of all of their proceeds for that day.
It's
Amazing.
awesome.
They should be opening soon.
Yep. Y'all also mentioned the Parents' Night Out. So one of
Yes.
the things we did pre-COVID, and again, we're trying to bring it back this year, is we did during Christmas time, Parents' Night Out. That way parents can go shopping. And so I think it was like $5 a kid or something like that. And they hung out in the gym and they wore their pajamas and you could bring a blanket and stuff. And we watched Christmas movies and we had pizza and hot cocoa and stuff. But then we got high schoolers who need service hours. Like at Magnet High, our seniors have to have at least 80 service hours from freshman year to senior year to be able to graduate. That's like part of their curriculum. They have to have it. So we got a bunch of high school seniors, high school kids that need service hours to come and help out and serve food and everything. And it was maybe like a 3 or 4 hour thing. And they hung out in the gym and they watched a big movie and we had cocoa. After the movie was over, we had a little dance party, which was adorable. And stuff, because they danced to Christmas music. And
Yeah.
I mean, great. And then the parents came by after going shopping and doing whatever they had to do. And they loved it. We loved it. It was a great fundraiser. I mean, all we came out for money was the drinks and the food, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because everything was volunteer. Everything was already
Did
there.
y'all have a lot of volunteers for that? Like how many because that's where we struggle. We don't have the volunteers that come out to help.
If you have an after hours event, like after school hours event that you need volunteers for, tap into those high schools. The high schoolers need service hours. Like I said, ours have to have 80
student
hours.
council, get in touch directly with those student groups.
Definitely. That's a great idea.
I'm looking for like 60 volunteers, high school volunteers right now for our Fall Fest. So there's like 4 high schools around our elementary school that our elementary school usually feeds to. And so I just emailed all 4 principals and I was like, I don't know who to get in touch with, but we're looking for volunteers to come help with Fall Fest. They're literally going to hand out tickets or they're going to, do drinks or one of the booths or whatever. And I mean, I think we're up to like 90 and I only need 60.
That's excellent.
Wow.
That's excellent.
Wow.
I never thought about tapping into the high schools, and that is perfect. That is an excellent idea.
The ones that went to the high school kids that went to AC Steer, they want to come back. They get to see their teachers. They get to see, oh man, I walked through the halls, and you would be surprised. Like they stop and take selfies everywhere. They're so excited to be there. They're like, oh, we did the haunted house in 5th grade. That was so great. And so they're all excited to be a part of it. And I mean, I think even if we didn't sign service hours, they would still come and help.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, and y'all know the Saints and the Pelicans, they do great things too. They their little fun nights of, I forgot what they're called, but they'll give you a discounted rate and they'll give you some proceeds if you have a party of 20. I think it's like a 10% proceed that they'll donate and stuff, and they make it really cute with swag bag. We used to do it, but we've given it to our cheerleaders at the cheerleading group at the school, and we don't want to do it again because we don't want to get the funds confused or anything. So that's their thing, but that's always fun too. And they'll donate tickets too, and that's always a good raffle.
Yeah.
Do y'all have an indoor hockey team down there?
Mm-mm.
We have an indoor minor league hockey team, and they are like literally for the last 4 or 5 years. They dominate their league. They are the national champions are up here in Shreveport. But they do this thing, and somebody at the school board contacted them, and they do a thing one night of their games, one of their home games. They'll do like a competition between all the schools. Like the one night will be elementary schools, one night will be middle schools, one night will be high schools, and you have to wear your school colors, and you have to come, and they'll like, okay, all the AC Steer people, and they're and then okay, all the South Highland people.
That's
and
awesome.
They do and then there's like this trophy that goes around to the schools, and it's like you get bragging rights for the year. But the student, if they're wearing the school shirt, gets in free, but the parent has to pay, so they're still making money.
Yeah.
But you would be, I mean, they have a packed house every single time.
Yeah,
I don't know
bet.
if maybe Pelicans or if y'all have a minor league, something that wants to boost up their participation, contact them. See if y'all could do a spirit night there, or even if they want to do a competition spirit night. Because I think if one did it, it wouldn't be enough. But if you had multiple schools in that area that could do competition nights, it goes over great. They love it here. then you want to go back to go watch the Bud Bugs win again, and you want to go to all their playoffs, and because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Nowhere
Yeah.
in Shreveport can you have to wear a jacket and bring a blanket in the middle of July, but at a Mud
Yes.
Bug.
And while I'm thinking about it, we also have on the training page under the programs and fun. I don't know. I have notes from training on fundraising and on the programs with different
Okay.
ideas and things on there, a summary sheet on it. If
Okay.
it's not individually listed, it's in the main one that has like all of training as one document from when we had the in-person training. That has all
Okay.
the topics together. It's in there.
Oh,
Okay.
good. I have one other question, y'all. So, let's just say you wanted to do a raffle, right? And there might not be enough funds. Could I personally take my own money and do the raffle myself? Like, and
You
just
mean like to
donate?
buy the item?
Yeah, can I just buy it
Yeah.
and like take it as a donation,
Yeah.
put it in
Yeah.
donation and call it a day?
Yes. Anybody
Yep.
can donate anything.
I have expensive taste.
Yeah.
Yes.
The answer to any
Yes.
donation, even if it's from yourself, is yes, please. And thank you. They're all write-offs. It's tax deductible because we're a
Yep.
nonprofit.
Make sure you get a receipt from the PTA
Yeah.
for your taxes.
Okay.
Watch with the word raffle instead of like
Mhm.
a door prize, where like if you're selling tickets and things like that, if you do a raffle, you have to go through the state gambling board, and you have to get a
Is it
license.
raffle or is that the cash 50/50?
Both.
It's both.
Because
So don't
Ah.
say
sell
door
tickets.
prize.
So if you do it as a door prize, and it's a little different, and you
Maybe
just have
giveaway also works.
giveaway also works, things like that.
Okay.
But if you sell a ticket for them to win the prize, then that's considered a raffle. If you say,
It's like gambling. It falls into the
Okay.
world of gambling.
gambling.
Ah.
So you have to like figure out a way to get around that. The ladies that are at Captain Shreve, they are really good about they know how to do the raffle and everything. We've never done one. I've never had to deal. They said you have to get a license, you have to do reports and all this other stuff.
wow.
You have to pay for a license, and you have to get back with the state and all. But instead of doing a
When she says
raffle,
the state, she means the state police.
Okay.
yeah, you have to,
they do the gambling stuff.
Really?
Hmm.
yeah.
So
And
for us, with
if you get caught
Okay.
without I've heard
Yeah.
that the fines are pretty bad. So you just have to
Exactly.
figure out a way to do it without saying that you're like, if you attend the meeting, we would like a donation of $5 and your name goes in this pot, or something like, if you buy a membership, your membership gives you a ticket into the pot, things like that. You don't really like earn the money as much, but unless you want to go through going through the state and getting your gambling license on that.
Okay.
We
So for
probably need
next
to
year,
get those examples,
Yeah.
sorry, from Captain Shreve or whoever has that wording parsed.
Yeah,
And put those
they
on
were-
our website somewhere, Ashley, if you can get those.
I'll put myself a reminder.
Okay. I've actually never had to do it, although I've looked at it for football boosters. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, I was
this was our
interrupting somebody.
first
Go ahead.
time with the Skip the Line, and we called it a fundraiser. We didn't call it a raffle. It was called the Skip the Line fundraiser, and it's still on. Well, it was up on our Facebook, but it was like a raffle pretty much. I'm calling it. We said it was a fundraiser. But that's good to know. And I
Yeah.
feel like that word is good to use, but I had no idea. And I think I read the book, but I read a lot of stuff. But thank you for reiterating that, because I'm writing that down for next year.
We don't really
sure.
cover it in the toolkit. We don't have that.
Okay, good,
No,
because I was
we
like,
don't
I
have it
read
clarified.
so much, and I was like, I know I read the toolkit, but I had no idea. Ashley, thank you for pointing that out.
Yes.
Because I had no idea, and our Skip the Line fundraiser is just it's easiest funnest thing ever, and it makes us look like superheroes because the winner is always like so grateful and stuff. To the point where we're going to do it again next semester. Well, we're trying to. They're asking us.
I did see online, I think it may have been on the national website or something one time before, that they said that to boost people coming to their general membership meeting, they did a 50-50 pot at the general membership. So when you walk
That on
in,
TikTok.
you like you give them like $10.
Yeah.
5 goes to the general membership, 5 goes to the
Mhm.
pot, and then at the end of it, they pull a name and you win, the half the pot or whatever. And they said that they went from 20 members to like 120 members in
Yeah.
one week because
Yeah.
they were, everybody wanted to win the pot.
Yeah.
And so, and the more people that were there, the more they wanted to, oh, this is what's going on. This is how I can help. And so, we talked about possibly doing something like that, but this year we're
That's a good
focusing on getting
idea.
our students in there.
That's a great idea.
That is. So the 50-50 pot, you can advertise that, but like it doesn't fall under the category of gambling.
It does.
Oh, it does.
So it needs to be worded in a creative way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To where
Mm.
it's a
A
donation.
donation to the PTA and your name goes, yeah, I don't know how it would be worded. But a
It was,
50-50
we thought
drawing,
about that. Yeah, we thought about that because we get a lot of ideas off TikTok. They have great PTA ideas. However, with us being cashless, like if it's a 50-50 where we keep half the money, you keep half the money, that's why Mayfield didn't want to do it. On top of like we figured it was illegal. Because it was like, this is too good to be true. But also by us being cashless, we're like, so how are we going to collect these raffles and how do we know who to give it to? So it got a little messy with the 50-50. We looked at it for like 2 seconds, but then the obstacles and just the gray area just was a little too murky for us and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could do a membership purchase, and then there's going to be a door prize.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing with the teachers with their caffeinated prize is if they get a membership, their name goes in a drawing for a door prize
That's awesome.
instead of but like you're saying with the 50-50, if you're cashless, I mean, the only thing you could do would be like,
And we don't want to write a check to Jane Doe because why? How are we going to even explain that away? So yeah, we looked at it, but we were like, nah. So that's when we came up with the other one, which was
And
so
you can do, just so you know, for your record keeping, if you write somebody a check because you do a $50 drawing or whatever it is,
Mhm.
and there isn't a receipt because you're giving them $50, your receipt can be the explanation of what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You can have a handwritten receipt of the explanation. It doesn't have to be the
Register.
store-bought. Yeah.
Yeah.
or if you wanted to get like a $50 gift card or a $25 gift card.
Yeah, Amazon gift cards work well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are like gold bars.
Yeah, they are.
Those are Starbucks cards.
We're all addicted.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right, y'all, we're hitting an hour and a half mark. I think we've hit a lot and covered a lot. But if y'all have any questions, any final questions where you're like, oh, or you think we hit it all?
I just have a housekeeping question. I didn't make it to the in-person training last month. And I do plan on, I have all the trainings that they listed in the email last week on my calendar. Will those, I guess, mark us as okay or in good standing if we attend all of those trainings?
So you still need to download the proof of training form, and that form gets submitted. So you fill it out yourself. It's all on our system. But
Okay.
we're not going to track who attends these. It's you submitting that paperwork when you file your affiliation report.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So make sure y'all go through the training slides and the attachment. I have it in the chat. It's also on the training page under the treasurer link on the website and on the homepage, to just go through that information and make sure you're good with all of that. And then if you have any questions, email Ashley Snell.
Will do. Thank
Wait,
y'all
and
so
y'all
much.
work out because I'm the current treasurer, but Beth was our treasurer before, so you got both of us. You know,
Yeah.
Awesome.
4 years
Awesome.
Thank y'all.
experience there.
Well, it's
So-
nice meeting y'all.
It was
All
great.
right.
All right,
We'll
y'all.
be in
Have a
touch.
great one.
Good
All
luck.
right, bye.
Bye bye.